Hey guys, what's up there? Look at this. What the fuck? I never get a break. Never get a fucking break. You guys remember the camera stand. You guys remember the red 2012 or 13 or whatever fucking Hyundai Elantra I just fixed for my relative? Well, yeah, it's cold. I guess while we were fixing their car, they were borrowing their grandson's car, and while they were driving that car, which is this car, it's a manual. My relative's kind of on the older side. He stalled it at a stop sign. And I guess on a Volkswagen, I've never stalled one. He's trying to tell me that you have to turn off the key, take it out, put it back in, and then start it, or else it won't restart. I don't know about all that. But I do know that he got rear-ended by a pickup truck. Just a little love tap. And got a good sized dent like that in the trunk, and the bumper got slapped. There's a lot of spider cracks in it. A bunch of Bondo fell out of the plastic bumper. And he's like, oh, if it isn't nothing, can you just sand that and throw some paint on it? I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Nope. Not right now. I said, I'll take a look at it and see what I can do with it. I said, well, you see that Bondo right there, blah, 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 blah. I said, I'm not trying to fix other people's shit. I want to look at it first and see what I'm getting myself into, and I'll give him a price, because it's going to take a couple cases of beer for that one. I just want to make sure I get my beer's worth, if you know what I mean. But the other thing that happened was, I guess he was going to replace the tail light, but he couldn't get the trunk open. The trunk was stuck shut, and it's a 2001 Volkswagen Jetta, so they have power actuated latch. You push the button, the fucking arm comes out and pushes and disengages the fucking latch. Even if you stick the key in and turn the key, all the key is an electrical switch that does the same thing. So they couldn't get the door open, or the trunk open. So I had them drop it off last night, and they want me to put the taillight in it too while I'm there. Of course, lazy man's way out. But anyway, I'll show you. I had to crawl up inside this fucking trunk. I had to crawl up inside the trunk. And there's this trunk liner that goes on the back of the trunk here. The deck lid, the boot, whatever you want to call her. This goes up here. It's held on with a bunch of screws that have carpet on them to kind of try to disguise the fact that this is held on by screws. So I crawled in through the back seat, took out all the screws from this cover, and that revealed the latch, and then it revealed there's the electrical component, there's the fucking key cylinder that actuates the fucking actuator, blah 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 blah. There's a piece missing out of there because it was broke. I gotta show you. Right here, this piece, as you can see, when you turn that key or push that button, it actuates. Here's the electrical connector, actuates this pushes out on this, and this fucking rotates this arm like that, and then there's fucking these little fucking doodad hooks, fucking shits on there like that. You guys know what the fuck I'm talking about. And it goes like that. It pushes down on the latch. This thing, when you turn the key, it pushes down on this, and when you turn the, I don't know, one of the things does something and the other thing. But this arm right here that rides against that actuator arm was completely broke off at an angle from here to here. So, you know me, I could have called them and said, oh, just go get a fucking blah 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 blah. They probably would have sold them the whole latch assembly. They probably wouldn't have just sold them this. They probably would have sold them this with the latch and the other bar. Oh my goodness, who knows? Anyway, plus, it's holiday fucking weekend. Today's Friday, fucking everyone wants to take off. No one wants to go out in the fucking middle of the junkyard on a cold ass December day. It just freezing rain and fucking rain last night, and it's cold as shit today. So what I did, plus, who needs to buy a new one when you can fix it? What I did was I took this arm and I moved it over. And I took a Sharpie and I wedged it in there to hold this arm like this. And I took 80 grit sandpaper and sanded both sides of each piece. I got my handy dandy plastic welder out. And I tacked it on this side. And I tacked it on that side, and that held it, right? And then what I did was I took my plastic welder and I started melting the plastic around, and I used my clear rod. This stuff's like hot glue for plastic. This clear rod will adhere to fucking anything, and it gets harder the more it cools. So when you weld with the clear rod and you melt it in, you better wait at least an hour, let that completely cool before you actually try to use your piece, because this stays really floppy until it absolutely 100% cools down. So then I plastic welded this whole side together. From here all the way down to the bottom, I just made sure, and I melted this side way in, and then I rebuilt it up with new plastic. Same thing on this side. That way I knew I had a good solid penetration of plastic. You know, I almost melted this away an 1/8 inch and then refilled it back in and melted it in this way and melted it down into the plastic and smoothed it all out. So, and then it was pretty much strong enough, plastic welded, to go out in this little tip and overcome the spring tension. So to top that off, to make sure that that would never break ever again, I got JB Weld, but this is Harbor Freight Tools version of JB Weld. I don't know if it's any cheaper because I'm really not a JB Weld guy. I just saw it on sale at Harbor Freight, I think for like $1 or something, and I bought it. I have used JB Weld before, I just haven't bought it in forever, so I don't know what the price difference is. I'm sure $1's a good deal. This stuff works just as good as any of the JB Weld I've ever used, and it's probably a fraction of the price. It's probably the same exact shit. So, you know, if you need JB Weld, go to Harbor Freight and save yourself a couple bucks. It's the same shit. So I just put it on this side, and I could only put it on like half of the side, as you guys can see, because of the clearance where this arm comes against this actuator arm right here. The bottom of it is so tight that there's just enough room for the arm. So I had to only plastic weld only, because the epoxy, I would have had to have sanded it or made a channel, and it's just stupid. If I'm going to make a channel and sand all the epoxy away, why have I put any there? Plus it's plenty strong. But I put it on this side on half, and then I piled it on that edge there, and then on the back side, turn the light on, I don't know if you guys can see this shit, on the back side down in there, you guys see all that epoxy? Well, that was actually like a little hollow part from where they molded it. Like here's the arm or whatever. This was all molded with, you know, like lines like this, and they were all hollow in there. So I absolutely just filled this whole compartment up with epoxy. That way all these little walls are bonded together with epoxy, and sideways motion, it'll never twist. All that epoxy bonded to all four sides of a box like that. So this piece, I guarantee will absolutely never fucking break with the little bit of pressure. That it only moves that much. You know what I mean? Like a 1/2 inch of travel, and I can move it all the way back. And you guys know a spring, the more you push it, the harder it gets, and there isn't even any flex in that arm at all. So good to go on that. I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna bolt it back into the trunk, and she'll be good to go. And also, he told me that he replaced a cable in the window, not the motor, just the cable or some shit, and now the window won't fucking go up. It goes up about 2 inches, it stops, it goes back down. You can tell there's a lot of resistance on it. The fucking window's binding somewhere. He probably had absolutely no idea how to install that cable, and it's probably in there twisted or backwards or something's rubbing. So I gotta take that door panel off and check out that window also. But I figured I'd show you guys what's going on here. It's never a dull day at Millrick 77's house. He's got all his uncles, cousins, brothers, sisters, roommates, grandmothers, ex-lovers, fucking mistresses, dog coming over here to get their shit fixed. But it's all good because it's all family, you know? So I got a lot of family. My mom and dad were Adam and Eve. Holy fuck, I got a shitload of family. But I'll talk to you guys later. Okay guys, so I got her all back together and functioning the way she should. There's the baby. Here's the trunk button. She pops. You open her. She closes her. The latches. Works on the fob. Works with the key. Works inside on the trunk pop. It just works. And as far as the window goes, oh, you gotta love Volkswagens, especially this body style. Anyway, I ripped the whole door panel off and all that shit, and you guys know the fun guts inside Volkswagens. I removed the window glass and everything. I don't know, he said that he installed new cable system on this, and see, I got the window to go up and down, but there's a big kink in the cable. I don't know whether he fucked up installing it, or there was just a cheap piece of shit eBay cable that bound up. There's a good kink in the cable, and you guys know once there's a kink in the cable and it goes back and forth, it's gonna snap someday. So I got that and that taken care of, and I installed the new taillight, new used taillight, and that's good. And what he wants me to do now is he wants me to look at this bumper, and see right there, it was hit, and there's some Bondo in there, and the paint's peeling off right there and chipping. There's a bunch of spiders in the back of the bumper, you know, one big spider. There's also a dent in the tailgate there. There's a little dent in the tailgate there, and he wants me to fix that. And if you look at the top of the tailgate, I don't know if you guys can see, probably not. Oh, you see a couple of them if you look in the finish. Hail damage all in the back of this tailgate. So look at that one. So I'm not gonna fucking fix one dent when there's 20 other ones. I want to get paid to do them all. Cases of beer. But it's all good. I got them on the road, doing what you can do. Hopefully now I'll have a break until after fucking Christmas. Would be really nice. But today's the 21st. World didn't end yet. I'm gonna go to Walmart, see if there's any ammunition left. I doubt it, but I do need to pick up some 22 ammo. I'm out. But I don't know. I'll talk to you guys later.